I taught English at Providence College and CCRI part-time for about 20 years or so, largely because I have 5 children and now 15 grandchildren. In 1940, I was born what our racist society calls white. But you know, that's not an identity, it's just a description. Unfortunately, no, I should say fortunately, over the past 74 years, I've experienced a great change in the eye of this beholder. So when I look at reports like the ACLU's, and by the way, 2 years ago, when the first study came out, as part of the Lifelong Learning Collaborative, 450 people like myself, mostly gray hair, we studied the suspension report as part of a course on race. Can we talk about it? So I know I'm not alone in knowing that more people are noticing. Things are changing. Tolerating Rhode Island's racially disproportionate rates of out-of-school suspensions for subjectively perceived reasons like disrespect and insubordination feed the root cause of America's race problem. Not the assumption that there's something wrong with non-white people, but rather that there's necessarily something right about being white. I'm talking about my long unconscious but now frankly embarrassing assumption of white superiority. A mindset, a pseudo-identity for which I sincerely apologize. Now, I'm not saying that non-white kids are never disrespectful nor insubordinate, but I ask why so many of us silently assume that so many non-white kids are disrespectful or insubordinate, and that thus they are unteachable. Do we really mean to say that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans don't belong in our schools? That only white kids and maybe some sufficiently subservient non-whites, preferably Asians, are welcome? I think it's time for hypocrites like me to stop complaining about the speck in our neighbor's eye and to notice the log in our own. 2 years ago, our General Assembly indeed waved a magic wand. Statewide, it cut vastly the number of out-of-school suspensions by no longer allowing schools to send home kids for non-attendance. You haven't been here. Now that you're back, get out. That was legal in the state of Rhode Island until 2012. I think it's time to require each school district to suspend kids only for incredibly serious, dangerous reasons. It's time that local school districts, not the ACLU necessarily, that local school districts keep track of the racial disproportionality of their rate, particularly of these subjective, in the eye of the beholder, suspensions. And that the local districts take responsibility for this disproportionate rate. That they report, at least to the State Department of Education, what they're doing about it. And what should they do about it? I've never taught elementary nor high school. But I do know, in the experience I've had in teaching, and as a mother and a grandmother, I do know that there are bound to be far better ways to discipline kids and to teach all of them. Thank you.